Nice. Let's see what echo-YGO posted. Another Earth Aggro video? What a loser, bro. What is up, YouTube? It is your boy echo-YGO coming at you guys with a little update video. We got the champ right here, Julian. What's up, bro?
What's good? What's good?
Hey, not much. What did you win, bro?
We recently were at the Collectible Exchange PlayStation 5 GOAT tournament.
And what deck did you play, bro?
I am here with the Year of the Grand Mard,
Ooh.
An Earth Aggro deck. So I took a lot of the inspiration, the constructive criticism that a lot of people gave from the last deck profile that
That's
I
right.
did.
Yeah.
I got a lot more testing in, I answered a lot more questions, and everybody's been really helpful.
Yes,
so I've been
that's
able
right.
to take really what people have been giving me, and I applied some new cool tech, some new logic,
Ooh.
and still keeping a lot of the good stuff in the deck and a lot of the good stuff that I wanted to keep in before. And I hope to answer any other questions that people have.
Perfect. So this is an updated profile of the Earth Aggro video we shot like a week or two ago. And this was a 50-person tournament.
Yeah.
This is not an 8-man pod, guys. This is the real deal.
It was like 6 rounds in Swiss, and then I played in top 8.
So that's 9 rounds in total?
Yeah, 9 rounds in total.
And your final record was 8-1.
Yeah, 8-1. Yeah, I lost round 1. To a guy who just playing like some weird cards in the main deck, and he like outplayed and outsmarted me, and he was my tiebreaker. Shout out to my tiebreaker.
Hey,
if you're watching this, you know who you are. I kept checking in with him throughout the event, and he was doing well for a little bit.
Yeah.
But it was good. It was good.
Nice. Let's get it started, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. People already seen. I'm still playing the 3 Goblin Attack Force, the 3 Gigantes, and I'm still keeping with the 2 DD Assailant. From the last list. These I like the ratio, I like how it plays. If you have any questions about those, peep the last list. I did make I misspoke on this card. I do know how it works.
Oh yeah. Someone in the comments was like,
whatever, no worries about it. And I practiced a bunch, so I know every single card through and through. Then for the I'm still playing the Tribe Infecting Virus. I still encourage Earth Aggro players to play this card. I think it's a great addition. DD Warrior Lady, Breaker. I'm still on the 2 Giant Rat. This card really overperformed this week. Being able,
Warriors.
Yeah, well, I mean, not only in the Warriors, but also just crashing into like cards that they would leave up in attack. I hit Dekoichi one time, and really most of the time I was going into an Injection Fairy Lily. Put in so much work. Put in so much work. I got so many wins off of this, and it was great to do the damage. We're still playing the Mystic Swordsman level 2. Still playing the Exile Force. And for the big change, this year, shout outs to 2 Grand Monarch, the Rock Monarch. This guy was the MVP. This Monarch won the tournament for me and was really great. I wanted a new power card, and if you noticed, I have taken out the spies. And instead of playing spies in the Mind Cons, that's it for the monsters. But I am playing.
Yeah, keep that homie in there, bro.
Yeah, I am playing 2 Brain Control. That is my hot tech. That is my choice of being able to combo with the Brain Control, take their monster, pop a set. And this card was also great to take their monster and do damage, clearing the way a lot with that Mind Control. But what I didn't like about Spy was that it kept my opponent's Nox live. And this was the big spice. Nobody saw this coming. Nobody was able to play around it. And this really what made me win, what was it, like 8 matches in a row. And I played against a bunch of Chaos, a bunch of Warrior, and a couple of Control. And so everything across the board, nothing. I didn't play against any like weird decks. It was all like meta decks.
Actual real decks.
Yeah, I didn't play against the mirror match. It was all everyone that came to play, but that was what I was prepared for. So we're still playing Graceful Charity, pot. I got a little upgrade. Got the ulti first pot.
Yes, sir.
Snatch Steal.
Wait, where's Duo?
We'll get to that. Mystical Space Typhoon.
Yeah.
I got my Heavy Storm.
Look at this.
My Misprudent Heavy Storm. Shouts out to my old buddy Matt. He gifted that to me for my birthday, and it was wonderful.
Wow, that's amazing.
Love my Heavy Storm. Delinquent Duo.
What are your thoughts on this card?
That's good. That's fine. I think people get way too tilted over this card.
Yeah.
And I think people think like it's so like game ending.
Sacky.
I don't think like the Trinity at all is like that negatively impactful. Even if they do like a full Trinity, it's only like a +2, which you can easily get back in the game through correct plays and outplays. But like it was fine. I hit people with it. They hit me. No stress. It was all good.
MRL first.
Yeah. And then I'm still playing the 2 No Mana Crossout. This has like a little, this is a little misprint. It's got like a little move sticker.
If you guys don't know, Julian is a connoisseur of misprints.
I'm trying. I had to sell a lot of my misprints back in the day, but I'm playing the Premature Burial. You gotta play it on warrior decks. It's still an aggro strategy. I really like it. And then the Reinforcements of the Army.
Broken.
That's it for the spells. I wouldn't have changed anything as far as the spells. I wouldn't have gone back to the mind controls or anything like that for this tournament. Maybe now that people are on, they might be on some Earth aggro. Maybe I'll change something up and we'll talk about it. But as far as monsters and spells, I wouldn't have changed anything. I'm still rocking the Torrential Tribute, Mirror Force, Ring of Destruction.
Woo!
A lot of people really like the misprint Ring of Destruction that I have, and this is like a MRD First Portuguese. This is also
Portuguese.
This is also like a friendship card from back in the day, so I always kept that on me. Always play friendship cards. They help you win.
Yes, sir.
Call the Haunted.
About this too.
Then we got the Heart and Soul 3 Dust Tornado. Please play 3 Dust Tornado. This card also overperformed. It was really well. It played everything. It played through everything. It end-phased everybody. Everybody set 1 against me, and it was so good. Even if they set multiple, sometimes I would still hit it off of them. I had a play where my opponent went set 3 pass, and I chose not to Dust Tornado because I realized what kind of build they were on. Next turn they went Trap Dust Shoot, and then I went Dust Tornado, target their other card. It was like a Ring of Destruction. I popped it, and then I set a card from my hand to play around Trap Dust Shoot.
That's insane.
And so they didn't get to see the Mirror Force that I set.
High level.
Which was really cool. I couldn't do it to make it so that they couldn't activate Trap Dust Shoot, but that was still like a good play, and I got the Mirror Force. I'm still playing 2 Trap Dust Shoot. 2 Trap Dust Shoot, these are wonderful. They did great. They hit all the Chaos matchups. It won like 4 of my Chaos matchups. It was great. Or 3 out of 4 of my Chaos matchups. It was great. This card really helps you be a good player, and I think everybody should play 2. Probably wouldn't play 3. I still think that's a little bricky because it can be a bad top deck, but just seeing the 1 early was wonderful for this deck.
Can we talk about, in the tournament, you actually were able to take notes.
Oh, yeah. You were. We asked if you were able to take notes, and they said like as long as you didn't slow play. I am not used to taking notes, so I just didn't. Some other people did. Nobody really in top 8 did though, and which is fine. I just took mental notes. I just remembered. That's fine.
True.
Yeah, and they had that. That was okay. I didn't really care.
Onto the side deck.
Yeah, onto the side deck. I'm still rocking with the 3 King Tiger Wanghus. I played against 2 control decks.
Oh, this guy shits.
And
he shits on control, dude.
And this is the best option. They usually always will keep in Metamorphosis, and this is the card that helps it. It's Earth. I did a cool play where I went attack. They Mirror Forced it, and then I called the Haunted back. And they were still forced to have to deal with the King Tiger. And keeping it on board, even if it's not the biggest thing in the world, it gets over most stuff. And along with some of the other cards in my side deck, this really just cleans up the control matchup. And I really like this guy. He's great.
He's cool. He's a cool fella right here.
Cool fella. I should probably upgrade him like 2
cool dog. Cool dog right here.
I have.
Is it a dog or a cat?
It's a tiger.
Oh,
it's a tiger. Yeah. King Tiger.
I'm so stupid.
Which number? I'm playing the 1 Spirit Reaper.
Ooh.
This is my new edition. I am not playing Return from a Different Dimension. I would just throw this card in against some random matchups or like a game 3 mix-up. This is a wonderful card. Traditionally, I have it in against Warrior, but sometimes I'll put it in against Chaos if I think they're on a bunch of Zambiras, or if they're gonna do something a little freaky. Do something a little freaky.
He looks kind of like a freak too.
Yeah, he's a little use a freak, kill a freak. Spirit Reaper did great. I played I used Smashing Ground, and in combination with Smashing Ground, sometimes I would also throw in the mind controls. So the idea was to clear their way, so that way you can attack directly.
And then rip a card.
Yeah, and then this card goes well with the Grand Margs. I play the Smashing Grounds for Warrior, I play the Mind Controls for Chaos, and sometimes I'll put in some or the other, depending on what I see from the side or what I think they're gonna side. Then we're on to 2 Mystic Walk. For burn, I didn't see any burn.
My round 1 opponent was burn.
Yeah, but I did play against the store owner casually when we had like a break, and he was on that stall burn list.
Shout out.
And I did beat him.
Alberto's the man. Alberto's the man.
Alberto's the man. Shouts out. I'm still playing 2 Cold Wave. This card was great. It made my opponent just set a monster pass, and then I went Grand Marg and killed him.
Oh.
And then I'm playing the Mobius. Sometimes I'll put that in against if I know if they're on Socrates or Armors, or if I'm going first. It is also good with the Braincon. Braincon taking the post side. Mobius does wonders. I would not main deck this card. I would just side deck it when you think it is correct. It is traditionally in there for burn, but you can put it in against Warrior, against some other matchups as well, and I think it does great. Last but not least, I have 2 Socrates Armor. The 2 Socrates Armors did solid. You just kind of need them for the Warrior matchup. You just need them for being able to like knock out monsters that will hit you on the crackback. You know, once they figure out how the Goblin Attack Force works and they're like used to it, they're like, oh, I can just run that thing over. And then they don't see like Socrates game 1, so they might not see that I put him in. And you just like always need this card against Warrior. I know sometimes sometimes I'll put it in against Control if they're not on Decree. Because if they attack with a like a Thousand Eyes Restrict, or sometimes they'll put in like Berserk Gorilla or like something weird, some attacker, some beater. So a Kaiku, this killed so many Kaikus. It is a overall nice answer to have.
Okay, let me ask you a question before we close the
the
profile. So I played an Earth Aggro player in round 4 and I beat him. And he mentioned that Torrential Tribute was actually not good in the deck. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah. I mentioned in the last deck profile about Torrential Tribute that in this deck specifically, it is controversial because the reason why you don't necessarily want to auto include it in every single time on the build versus like Classic Warrior or even in some builds of Chaos. Is because you need to maintain your field advantage. But in my opinion, the real answer for this ended up being that it's good against your worst matchup, which is Control. It's good against Chaos Control, it's good against Classic Goat Control, and you need to have those kind of answers. I did clear 4 Scapegoats with this against the homie Dimitri. Shout
out Dimitri, bro. Young Meech.
And this is good against that. It is also good to be able to play like around with. So let's say if you open up like weird hands like double Gigantes, and you're okay with your monster dying, sometimes your opponent can go like I'll do a play like I'll go normal summon Goblin Attack Force, set Torrential, and my opponent will go Tsukiyomi and try to run over the Goblin Attack Force, and I'll just torrent it, and then that'll clear for a monster in the graveyard for Gigantes. It'll also help just fuel. So I can kind of use this as a nice early spread card in this. I know a lot of other people will try to get the value out of it, right? Which you still can. But the fact that like you don't absolutely like need to clear monsters, you can use this as like a way to fuel grave while still trading with your opponent. And so that's kind of like the idea with this card, because in Go, it's all about how you play the cards. Some cards can be better, some cards can be worse. I feel like not enough people talk about that. And I know plenty of other people will be like, oh, just play it, whatever. But you have to also think with the purpose. You gotta play it with a purpose, or else this card is going to feel worse. Like maybe that guy, he wasn't thinking about how he should play it or not, and it was worse, you know, as a different card. And then that's usually like my response to that. And you want to go through like my rounds? Do you have not enough time to talk about rounds?
Probably not. But I have one more question though.
I got you.
What card overperformed in your deck?
Grand Marg. 100%. 100% it was Grand Marg. So I love this guy. I was playing him on the side, and I was thinking, like, man, why why don't I just like main deck them? Because every single time I was putting them in, I was like, wow, this card's so good. It's so clutch. Nobody sees it coming. It's like it's an answer to chaos. It runs over everything in Warrior. It's still solid. It's an Earth, so it flows with the deck. You know, you always want cards to flow with your deck, like I said. And I am not a fan of the traditional maining smashing grounds in Earth aggro. I feel like when a deck like Earth aggro comes up in the meta, there are reasons why it's not winning, why it's not getting first place, why it's not winning 8 rounds in a row.
First place.
Why it's not getting PS5s. And unfortunately, I don't think the main deck smashing ground is the move anymore. But that the slot for it is still important. So you still need power cards in that slot. It's just when you know you're going to be playing against Chaos Turbo. They're going to go set, they're going to go pass. They might have like a Kaiku up, and they might have like a Chaos Orc up, but you need cards to get more value than that. So the Brain Cons ended up being really good to support being able to like take a Chaos Monster. I took Chaos Monsters with this. I took like monsters to be able to do damage. And Smashing Ground doesn't have upwards mobility, meaning that you only get Smashing Ground. You can't get like skillful plays with it. And I like being able to have a skillful play with Brain Control, being able to take the monster and tributing it, being able to tribute it off of for Grand Mark, or being able to attack with it, being able to banish itself. I won a match where my opponent went BLS. And then he like set a monster. He went BLS, set a monster, and then I went Brain Control, take the BLS, banish the set. If this was Smashing Ground, it only would have destroyed the BLS.
It's neutral.
Yeah. So this ended up being like a +1, you know, and you don't get that with Smashing Ground. Smashing Ground's still a great card. I still have 2 of them in my side deck. But I don't ever want to see 2 Smashing Ground in the main. It's just not, it's not playable enough. You don't get enough value out of it. You're not going to get a crazy amount of value out of it. Grand Mark was also amazing. It won my finals match against Warrior.
Oh, spoiler alert. Actually, I'm probably going to post the finals before this.
Yeah. If you haven't seen it already, go ahead and go back and watch that.
That's right. Thank you, Julian.
Great finals. I recommend playing this deck. It's very underrated. I think there was maybe like 1 or 2 other Earth Aggros in the entire event, which is a shame. You know, I think this deck is much better than people give it credit for. Its worst matchup is Control. And if you are able to outplay like a Control player, and if you think that you are able to have like both a good Warrior matchup, a good Chaos matchup, played against a bunch of Chaos, played against a bunch of Warrior, played against Control, and I outplayed a lot of my opponents, and I did a lot of very good holding of cards. There was one time, especially where I had like Breaker, and I had like a bunch of like spells and traps in my hand, right? And I had a
what you got in there?
And it was just I just went hold my hand. I didn't even do anything. I just passed. And a lot of players would like maybe like normal the Breaker and pass, or they would like set some and pass. But all I did was like I just went like set Dust Tornado, pass, and then it made my opponent play into normal summoning and attacking directly because it could have not have. And just being able to like think about plays like that, understanding, you know, why am I playing these cards, not playing them immediately. We always joke about playing Breaker.
We'll never do that.
On the first turn. Don't do that. Don't play Breaker.
Guys, don't do that.
First turn. Yeah. You need like to play cards, like even something that's like classic like this, to get like good value out of. So you can like run through stuff, then like Breaker the last card that they can't chain, the Mirror Force, the Tech Sakuretsu Armor, force things, and then be able to get your cards through. That's a big theme of this deck. And the reason why I picked this deck over Warrior is because of Gigantes. Being able to play Earths, and then even if I didn't get off both Grand Mark playing 2. I probably would not have played 3. I think that's too bricky. But sometimes I would discard 1 Grand Mark off of like the Graceful Charity, meaning the Earth was really good. And bringing it back with Call pushes so much
kind of
damage.
goated.
I did like exact game with the Grand Mark in one of my matches by being able to call it back after I like pitched it off of a tribe, and then still having it being able to be banished off of Gigantes pushes the damage, and you play like Gigantes beatdown.
Gigante's kind of goated, low key.
High key
Goated, yeah. Thanks to the PS5. Look at this, Spider-Man. We got Spider-Man in here.
Spider-Man. Shout out Spider-Man.
Shout out Spider-Man. Also, shout outs to Tubby CCG for.
Shouts out Tubby CCG. We're in the after
Come on,
hours
man.
right here. We're in the background.
Yeah, thanks to Tubby for letting us use the store.
Even
though it's
shout out
closed.
to Tubby TCG. I got my shout outs right now.
That's right.
Shout out to Tubby TCG. Shout out to all the homies. We swarmed.
We made top 8.
Yeah, we got 3 out of the Tubby CCG team in top 8 for the tournament. We were representing. But unfortunately, not all of us could make top 8 because in the early rounds we
started clapping each other.
Yeah, we ended up playing against each other.
Yeah.
And like a couple of my guys played against both teammates in like 2 rounds in a row, and it's like, what can you do?
Yeah. I actually played the guy that got top 4, Min.
You got top 4.
He was my only loss, but I still made top 8.
Yeah.
And so 3 out of 8 people
and I
were
had to beat Min in top 4.
in semifinals, I think. Yeah.
I had to beat Min to get to the finals.
Yeah. So 3 out of 8 people are from WCCG.
WCCG in San Diego, California.
Yes,
Come
sir.
on, them down, play some go. Shout out to Calvin. Shout out to Calvin.
Calvin YGO is such a cool guy.
Shouts out to echo-YGO behind the camera.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
And he was also playing.
Yes, sir.
Shouts out to Dimitri. Shouts out to Dylan. Shouts out to I got so many shouts. Shouts out to Marlon. Shouts out to Goatsar.
Gian C.
Shouts out to Gian. Shouts out to, am I forgetting anybody? Who else went?
Goatsar is a cool guy. I don't know who else.
Shouts out to Collectible Exchange too.
Oh.
They were really nice. They bought everybody pizza.
They did, dude.
They were really customer service friendly, which was really nice.
Alberto is one of the nicest people ever, bro.
Great guy.
Yes, sir.
And shouts out to Go Format, of course.
GoFormat.com.
Yeah.
JD. Shouts out to JDT.
Shout out to JDT. Back at it again. With
right.
some Earth aggros.
Hey,
keeping it Earth, keeping it aggro.
What does he say? Hello, Goat World or something?
Hello, yeah. I'm not trying to take this up, but it's your boy. Back at it again.
That's right. He is actually always supportive in the Discord chat. He's such a cool guy.
Yeah.
Shout out JDZ. Thank you guys so much for watching. It has been your boy echo-YGO and the homie Julian, the GOAT. Look at this, bro. Shut down the haters.
And if anybody has any other questions, if you want to know some of my more detailed choices or why I should play this, I wouldn't have changed anything. I think everything went great.
Yeah.
I really wanted to look for stuff to change, and for this tournament, I feel like I cleaned it up a bit. And
you did clean it up. I mean, you cleaned up the whole house, but come on, bro.
Ain't nothing but a thing.
Yeah, that's right.
I had a great time, and that's the point.
Yes,
important
sir.
thing. I had a great time. I played a lot of skillful games. Oh, there were a lot of good players there. A lot of OGs coming in.
Yes, sir.
And everybody who made top 8, where I'm like, oh, these guys are good. These guys are not here. So it was a fun, good skillful thing, and I can't wait for the next one.
Yes, sir. Thank you. All right. See you later, bitches.